And I'd like to thank Robin on behalf of the Second Amendment Foundation for taking over as the managing editor of Women and Guns. Thank you very much. And now I would like to hear from Esther Schneider. Thank you.
Here we go with the adjustable microphone. First of all, let me say, I am getting over sinus infection, so I sound a little grovelly. My name is Esther Schneider, and I'm truly honored to be with you all today. I've never really considered myself a grassroots person. I'm a fundraiser. I am unapologetic when it comes to asking money for the Second Amendment and the defense of the Second Amendment. Thank you. I've always been a fundraiser, love it, and we must do more of it now. But it's interesting, looking back at my life with guns, my father taught me to shoot when I was 5 years old. I was the baby girl and with two older brothers, and he took us all out to shoot at the same time. And my mom went with us, and she was just horrified that my dad was going to do this. And my dad looked at her and he said, you know, guns are in our house. These children need to know proper gun safety and respect for firearms. They need to understand the power of what can be done. So I look at that and I think, okay, that's what started guns. Then a few incidents in college, being a victim of assault, kind of pushed things a little forward. But I started thinking I really enjoyed shooting, and every time I had the opportunity to take someone to the range, especially people who weren't really excited, I see Gina shaking her head, they weren't excited about going, but they thought either they would humor me or go, okay, whatever. And that's really grassroots. That is getting people to the range. I see all these little faces smiling and giggling because you've done the same thing. But it really is. It is taking someone who has a formed opinion and changing it in a positive way. I want to see the hands of people in this room who have taken someone to the gun range and they had a bad experience. Wait. Took them to the gun range. They had a bad experience and they said, I never want to come back. How many of that has ever happened to anybody in this room? Oh, one? Oh, two. Okay, so then we need to talk because you obviously did something wrong. So, you know, I look at that as the time on the range makes people truly a believer. And I grew up in Las Vegas. All my family's from Texas. So now I get the great pleasure of living in Texas again. But I belong to the Nellis support team, which was a liaison group with the military for helping the military transition into the Las Vegas community. And a lot of my girlfriends were single and they had no idea about the military. They didn't want to know anything about guns. But the first time I took them to the officers club and they met a bunch of these little flyboys from all over the world, it was interesting how their attitudes changed about the military. So I guess that's grassroots too, right? So, well, I know some of you know where I came from. I am one of the board members that recently resigned from the NRA. And I have to say, that was a hard decision. And I'm not going to get into the details, but it also told me that we have a lot of work to do. And that's really where I am today. And why I wanted, and I'm truly grateful for the opportunity to speak. We have a lot of work to do, and a lot of it has to do with women. Women are going to be our biggest threat in keeping this White House. We all know that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Women are 51% of the electorate. Women are also the largest buyers of handguns and training, right? Okay. So I am a federal firearms licensed dealer, and I'm also an instructor and trainer. It is up to us to make those paradigm shifts. And let me ask you this. How many of you heard that Botswana recently reversed their ban on hunting? A few of you have heard that. Okay. It was interesting how that happened. The hunting community went to Botswana many, many years and said, please, for conservation's sake, for the animal's survival, you need to reverse this decision. Conservation is a strategic component of, or hunting is hunting is a strategic point in conservation. Instead of going back with the same message, they tried something different. They took the message of, look how many other countries are thriving from tourism. How many are successful and you're not? You're losing your animals. All of these bad things are happening. And lo and behold, it's what made the difference. Botswana is now allowing hunting in their country again. Okay? That is where we are with women. We know we are the key to winning. Uh-oh, I'm getting the look here. So what we have to do is change the message. We have to instill in these women that we are not here to put guns in their schools, but we are here to save the lives of their children. We have to change the message, we have to change the medium, and we have to change the spokesperson. No offense, guys, but younger moms don't want to hear from a bunch of old white guys that they're there to save the day. It's gonna, and I'm not a mom, so I can't spread that message. But we need moms and grandmothers to say, you know what? I want my children to live, and I want help in any way I can get it. And we have to be there to say, yes, we are going to help you, because we are going to show you where the weaknesses are in your school, and we're going to tell you that these leniency programs that happened in Parkland, the Promise program, has anybody heard of the Promise program? Okay, and I highly encourage you to read Andy Pollock's new book, Why Meadow Died. You have to read it, and you have to give that book to every woman you know, because that is where we're going to make the change. But we have to be advocates of a different message to attract women and say, okay, it's not about the guns, it's not about the tool, it's about saving lives, and they can help me. Now, who's with me? Who's going to help me? Okay, thank you.